What are we putting on here, friends? Radar Renegade RT Plus. These are, hold on friends, I gotta move my tire lever here. These are all season, all weather. These are a hybrid of a mud tire and like a all season on-road tire is what they call them. They say they are quiet, smooth running down the road, and apparently they're good tires. They get good reviews from people. So we're gonna find out. I really like my Radar Renegade tires. I've been running them. We run them at work on our whole fleet. We have about 30 vehicles, I think, 25 vehicles at work. And we run them on everything from, you know, management vehicles, SUVs, to heavy duty trucks and vans. And we've had no problems with them. They wear long. We've had no issues. So don't discount these, friends, just because they're not, you know, a BFG or a Goodyear. These, friends, are also about half the cost. So these are $295 70 R18s. They are a 35 by, what are they, 35 by I think 11 and a quarter. So they're tall skinnies, almost like a military, and I think they're going to be good. Okay, friends, I used to be a tire buster in high school, and I pretty much still always change my tires by hand. It just saves cost, and it's good physical exercise. Okay, first thing, take a sledge, or this is a maul. It's coming off. Try not to hit your rim, because if you do, that's the end of it. There we go. She's starting to come. There. Okay. Slightly out of breath, friends. This is a good workout. You got to hit it hard. These are the worst tires to change. Any 10-ply big, heavy tires are just, they're hard to change. Small car tires and that, you can almost put them on by hand. But okay, get your bead broken. The lube will keep it from grabbing again, and I'll flip it over. These wheel and tire assemblies, I don't know, I'd say these tires probably weigh about 80 pounds each. And then the wheels, they're probably 120 pounds per. And they're stiff. Again, little lube. This is just Dawn dish soap and water. Oh, and I noticed I was missing a couple of screws for my center cap on here. Yeah, we'll make a note of that and fix it. Ooh, this one's fighting me. Whew. I like this. Get the heart pumping, blood flowing. Well, she's starting to come. Just got to hit her a few more times. Interesting. Yeah, my center cap came out. Not the whole cover, just the centerpiece. Interesting. I don't know what holds these together. Fake screws is what holds them together. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. There, I think we got her. There. The key is to hit it close to the rim, but don't hit the rim, obviously. There you go. Whew. I made this bar here. I needed more leverage for these. These are 13-inch wide tires. They're heavy duty. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to slide this bar into there. I have it wrapped with tape so it doesn't scar the wheel. Put my knee on it. And if you're worried about your rims, these rims are pretty dinged up. Buy some rim savers. They just clip over the face of the rim. I'm not too worried about it. These rims have had many sets of tires on them. Just like that. Now these have, I already pulled one off and measured it, 10 ounces of beads. Balancing beads. You can see these come from heavy trucks. My dad was in trucking. He made me aware of these for motorcycles years ago. And originally I thought, yeah, that sounds like snake oil, but they work, friends. I've had balancing beads in all of my tires for the last many trucks. No vibration. So big heavy tires like this, you need a lot of weight generally. I'd rather just put beads in. They usually work. Just gonna vacuum them out. My new tires will get 8 ounces. I went online and did some research. This is the easy side. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but shouldn't be too bad. Same thing. Lube up your bead good. This is just a piece of 1/4 inch by 1.5 inch steel welded to a piece of gas pipe. Works good. Okay, now all I'm going to do here, slip my bar in wherever it'll let me. The first section's usually the worst, doing it this way. Here. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to walk it around. Usually you do about 1/3, and then the tire will come off. And again, guys, I haven't done this professionally in 25 years, 20 years at least. But you can do this, a little bit of a technique. You can do this on the side of the road even. There we go. This is my this is a snap-on bar I bought years ago. Bet you I do another inch and this will come right off. There you go. Just like that. Okay, now that we have the tires unmounted, dismounted, whatever you want to call it. First thing I did, I wiped the rims clean on the inside. There's some old tire lube still in there. Okay, just want to make sure that the bead areas are clean, that way you don't get any leaks. Okay, take a block of wood, pull the old valve core out, throw it into the G file. Okay, now I have a new valve core. Okay, and I just put a little bit of lube on there. You can do this with a pair of pliers. I happen to have, make sure the hole is cleaned, but I happen to have all the tools because, well, I was a tire buster for a long time, all through high school and after high school. Then I started doing more general mechanic work, and yeah, tire busting was my first time working per job, piecework, and that's where I realized the harder you work, well, the more money you can make. Okay, now I'm going to grab another tire. I have 2 left to install. Okay, I'm going to grab one of our new tires here. Make sure you guys can see. I'll zoom you back a little bit. Okay. This has like a skull and piston design. Not a fan, so I'm going to be putting that on the inside. Some rubber from manufacturing. Okay, and I'm just going to take some of this lube. I want to keep it out of the tire. I want to keep these tires as dry as possible inside. That's very important with beads. A lot of people are like, I don't like beads, they cause the shake. If you have moisture in your tire in winter and you have beads, they can freeze together, and then you have a giant clump of beads rolling around in your tire. That's going to cause, well, that's going to cause a lot of issues. Okay, now I put this on a pallet because it was sliding when it was on the ground. Okay, now if you're a big fellow like me, this is easy. If you're a smaller fellow, well, you're going to have to work harder at it. Weight definitely helps. There's a yellow dot on the tire that goes with the valve stem. Okay, that'll really help it balance easier, is what I've found over the years. I've balanced thousands of tires. This is just a cheap pallet and it's breaking, which is not helping my cause here, is it? No, it's not. Okay. So you just knee drop it until it goes on. Again, I want that yellow dot with the valve stem. I will fix it after we put the other side on. I'm going to grab my tire levers. 1, 2. I'm going to wipe them off to make sure they're clean because it's a little dirty where I'm working here. Again, I'm going to lube the bead. So this will be my, this is the 3rd one I'm mounting. I'm finding these aren't seating the beads very easily. Or the initial getting the tire to seal, I'm having a little bit of a hard time with. But after that, these beads are popping without a lot of pressure. Tire busting is very dangerous. If you are doing this, do not seat the bead with too much air. It can go boom, and that pressure can kill you. So, this isn't a how-to video. This is how I do it. Do this at your own risk, because this is dangerous. Knock on wood, friends, I've never had one go, and I've mounted thousands of tires. I've never had one come loose. Okay, now I'm just going to slowly get this started on the tire, kneeling on it to get it. There's a drop section in the rim. Okay. I'm just going to go a couple inches at a time. These are big, stiff tires, and they're actually mounting very easily. This is the third set of tires I've mounted on this channel. I had a funny comment the other day, and you know me, duck in water, I don't like to argue. Friends, I gotta say something. You notice I was gone for a couple days this week. Everybody that's on the internet knows what's going on. I just have to take a moment. Yeah, that's all I need to say about that. I just yeah. Okay. Why can't we all just get along? That's what I says. But anyways, there was a funny comment today or the other day about, is this a truck channel or a saw channel? Well, I guess it's a truck channel for the next couple weeks. It's just a channel. I don't run a saw shop. I play with saws for fun. And yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and get this to seat. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do, friends? Because I was too busy yakking. I forgot to put my balancing beads in. Let's see. Can I open this far enough to get them in there? Yeah, probably. Well, I guess we'll give her a go, eh? Did not mean to do that. Oh. Okay, I'm going to run this into there. There we go. Okay. I'm going to dump my balancing beads in. 8 ounces. Here's what they look like. There's charts online. Most truck tires, like bigger ones, you know, 33s and above, 5 to 6 ounces is kind of the sweet spot. I always add an extra 2 ounces if they're knobby. These are knobby tires, so. Okay, friends, hopefully these don't get stuck. These tires are pretty dry, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. A couple right here. Get those to go in, because if those get stuck in my bead. There we go. Okay. You can put them through the valve core. I hate doing that. It seems they get stuck. It takes hours. So, see, friends, these are not seating easily. So to make sure there's no beads on the opposite side. There's not. Okay. These are really wide rims, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to squirt a little juice on there. Try and keep this standing up. There we go. I'm going to squirt a little juice on there to get a little bit of a seal going. Stay up. Trying to keep it out of the tire, of course. Okay. Okay, a little bit of juice. And then, there we go. Okay, I'm going to lay this thing down. I'm going to let my compressor catch up. I only have a 40 gallon. I need to upgrade to a 60. But I use what I got. Okay. Stand this thing back up. All of these have done this to me. It's the width of my rim. There we go. I'm just gonna let her buck now. Okay, we're good. Now I'm gonna lay this thing down. Usually you'll hear it go pop, pop. Just have to let my compressor catch up. Again, 30 PSI we're at. We're waiting for the bead to pop. I don't like seeding beads more than about 50 PSI. I'll do it if I have to, but that's when I'm standing far away. Because sometimes they can blow off and that's a lot of pressure. And that, people can get really hurt. Okay, do not lean over. Do not lean over. Oh, see? Do not lean over the tire while it's doing this. I'm going to put these at 60 to 70 PSI. I do a lot of towing and hauling. This is a big heavy truck. This truck weighs about 8,000 pounds, so. And then I'll watch them, we'll see how they're wearing. If they're wearing too much in the middle, I'll drop the PSI. There you guys go. Again, no tire machine, no balancer, nothing but me and some basic tools. Okay, we're a little overinflated. Here you go, 60 PSI. I always inflate with the valve cores out. And you can see that little move I did. I used to do that hundreds and hundreds of times a week. Okay, and I'm gonna fix this center cap after. Now, rip this. That's one of my pet peeves. Busters that leave the sticker on. I don't know, I just don't like that. Okay, and there you go. Mounted tires. Anyhow guys, here you go. I still got to mount the other side, but here's how she's going to look. These are slightly taller than the old tires, but they're way skinnier. Some people might not like this look. This thing's going to rip through snow. I'm concerned about snow and mud. Sometimes you're stuck on a mud road that's wet, and sometimes you might have to go retrieve a person. And often in the winter, friends, there's snow here. Deep snow. These got big lugs on them. I also like the big siping. Makes them a little noisier. But these tend to not pick up stones. So I think this is going to do well, friends. Also, the weight carrying capabilities of these is 400 pounds per tire more than the tires that were on here. Anyhow, friends, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.